Hello guys, this is AK and today we're going to be going through the Herta, a 5-star Herta guide that I made quite some time ago, but now that she's officially out, I have changed it to include only released information, and now we'll be going through it, checking it out, and I will be commenting on it, let's see. So, firstly, we'll go over a TLDR on her kit. As I've written here, you use her normal skills to give stacks, you use her basic attack to give stacks on the enemies, then you use your ultimate to rearrange the stacks and activate the enhanced skill, and then you use your enhanced skill to do huge damage, and that uses up all the stacks, so you keep repeating this cycle. And PS, having an extra erudition unit is really helpful for her kit, and in general, that makes her damage so much better. Secondly, we'll be going over her best possible planar sets that you should farm for and you should use on the 5-star Herta. First, we're going to talk about Relic Arena. It's an amazing set, it increases crit rate and basic attack and skill damage. It is always great because crit rate is something that the Herta needs and skill damage is our main source of damage. So in general, Relic Arena will help you improve your damage by a lot. Second is Izumo, Gensei and Takama Divine Realm. It is similarly as good as Relic Arena. It's an amazing set. It increases her attack and increases her crit rate when there is another erudition unit. Because she already needs another erudition unit to function at her best level, Izumo is just free 12% crit rate and 12% attack, which is amazing for her kit. Genuinely, Izumo is similarly good as Relic Arena, and you can use either or based on the substats that you have. Some possible planar sets that you could use other than these two are Firmament Frontline Glamoth, which is a good general option that if you have you can use it, and Sprightly Von Vac, another one that if you have you can use it, but it's not the best. Thirdly, we're going to be talking about her best possible relic sets. There are only top two relic sets that you should be using. You should be using Scholar Lost in Erudition. This is her best in slot. This is the best set you can give to the Herta. It increases your crit rate by 8% and increases damage dealt by her ultimate and skill, additionally also increasing her skill damage. It's a total 45% skill damage and 8% crit rate increase, which are both amazing stats for the Herta. This is her best set, bar none. Hunter of the Glacial Frost is something you can use if you need to, but it is not something that I would recommend because of how good Scholar Lost in Erudition is. The stats that you should be focusing on is crit rate, crit damage, speed and attack. Try to hit at least 134 speed so that she can take 2 turns. The more turns the Herta takes, the better it is for her energy generation and the stacks. Attack is another really good set, and crit rate and crit damage are self-explanatory. Another one that you can do is, if you don't have these full sets, you can mix and match the ice damage and scholar sets, and you can also include the speed or the attack set if you need to as a temporary solution. Next, this part is going to have a lot of subparts, but these are the Herta's best teammates. Firstly, we're going to talk about her standard supports. The best support is Robin. I'm not going to be explaining that too much. Robin is an amazing support. She's the best support in the game right now, and she fits the correct team with Herta, giving amazing dual DPS potential. It's an amazing use case. You should definitely be using Robin if you have her. Second is Ruanmei and Sunday, both of them equally good. If you have enough crit buffs, then use Ruanmei. If you don't, you can use Sunday and he's amazing. The action forward by Sunday is also great for the Herta. It's not as good as Robin obviously because it's not the whole team, but it's still really good. The next is definitely Sparkle and Remembrance MC. Sparkle and Remembrance MC are good for a lot of similar reasons. They buff a character and they buff them by quite a lot. They also have something additional to them, like Remembrance MC has true damage, Sparkle has her masks. Both of them are really good at buffing, and they also action forward. If you don't have Sunday or Ruanmei, you can use Sparkle or Remembrance MC, and if you are a F2P, Remembrance MC is your best in slot. Bronya is alright, I'm not going to expand on that, she's fine. You should be definitely using Remembrance MC if you have him. Bronya is alright, she fits in, she's just a weaker Sparkle. Next is her best erudition unit to activate her passive and unlock her kit. Firstly, we have Jade. She's an amazing support. If you have Jade, should definitely be using her with the Herta. She is a great support. It's genuinely one of the best synergies in the game for the Herta. If you don't have Jade, you can go ahead and use Himeko or Herta. I would say 4-star Herta is a better choice for most teams because her follow-up attack are easier to trigger. If you want to use the 5-star Himeko, then I would suggest the Ruanmei is the support that you would want to use. But if you're using any other support, I think 4-star Herta is a lot better of a erudition support for 5-star Herta than Himeko. It's kind of funny, but yes, mini Herta is a good support for bigger Herta. And if you don't want to use any follow-up units, then Serval is a great option that you can use. It's a usable option for F2P players if you have no other option. You should really be building mini Herta, but if you really don't like 4-star Herta, I know a lot of people that don't, then I think you can build Serval and she is still pretty good. Next are her sustains. Best sustain in the game, Hua Hua for her. For the Herta, Hua Hua, amazing sustain. Gives her energy, gives the whole team buffs. Great, amazing sustain. Lingsha is a little more interesting. Lingsha is a little less than Hua Hua if you want to use her in any other team. But if you have Jade, Lingsha is a 10 out of 10 support for any Jade team because of just how frequently she attacks and how frequently she would give stacks to Jade if you give Depth Collector to Lingsha. It's an interesting team comp, but it's really strong. So if you have Jade, both Hua Hua and Lingsha are equally good. If you don't have Jade, then Hua Hua is a little better than Lingsha and Aventurine. Talking about Aventurine, he is definitely, bar none, the best goddamn preservation unit in the game right now. He is a really strong support. He's a really strong preservation unit. He has a lot of utility. He is one of the best and he fits right in a Robin team, in a The Herta team. Both Gallagher and Fu Xuan are pretty good. Fu Xuan specifically is good if you want to use a comfort pick. As I've said over here, if you have Scholar, if you have Izumo, if you have Fu Xuan and a crit rate body, you get 62.5% crit rate for free. So it's not that complicated. It's a good comfort pick. But if you have any of these, they're vastly better than Fu Xuan. But if you have an option between Fu Xuan and Gallagher, Fu Xuan is a little better for comfort. Gallagher in general is a little better if you know how to play the game really well. And that's not a dig at anyone. That's fine. This game is complicated sometimes. Next, let's talk about the best light cones. The best in-slot light cone for her is obviously going to be Into the Unreachable Void. It's going to be a great light cone. It's going to be amazing for her. It won't be exactly a must pull. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. We don't know. But it's an amazing light cone for the Herta and some other characters as well. So if you really want the Herta, if you really want to use it at her best potential and you have the funds, go for Into the Unreachable Void. It's a great option for the Herta. The next best option for her, if you're free to play, is Eternal Calculus. Eternal Calculus in general is a really good light cone. It buffs her attack, it buffs her speed, buffs a lot of the important stats that she needs, and it leads to more energy, more damage. It's just generally a great option. The next best option is Today's Another Peaceful Day S1. It's the Battle Pass light cone. If you have it at S1, it's a little worse than the Herta Shop light cone. So if you have this at S5, you should use it. If you have the Herta Shop light cone, then you should use that. Any free-to-play person should be using the Eternal Calculus light cone. But if you are using Eternal Calculus on someone else, the next best free-to-play option is Seriousness of Breakfast. It's a damage percent stat stick and an attack percent stat stick. It's a good enough light cone if you have nothing else for her. Next, we're going to be talking about the Herta's team comps. First is her premium team comp. This is the best team you can go with the Herta. It's the Herta, Jade, Robin and Hua Hua. Instead of Hua Hua, you can have Lingsha there as well, and it's equally going to be as busted as this team. It's a great team comp. You should be able to do almost clear any content with the Herta in this team. It is an amazing team comp. Obviously, then there's the Herta's full F2P team. By full F2P, I mean characters that are free for everyone all the time. 4-star Herta is free for everyone. The MC Remembrance is free for everyone. Lynx is always free for everyone. If you have Gallagher that you got for free, then Gallagher should be here instead of Lynx. That is the best team. But generally, this is still a really good team if you have nothing else for the Herta.